All right, everybody, welcome back to the Kleen-Rite Radio podcast. I'm Fix It with Phil, and as always, I am here with my good buddy, Marc Tyndale. Marc, how we doing today?
I'm doing great, Phil. How are you?
I'm fantastic, and I'm beyond excited to have Jason and Brandi Hess on with us today from Suzy Q's Car Wash in Adrian, Michigan. We are talking about how they leveled up their game at their site. We're just going to get some input from them, ask them a ton of questions, and just see how that process went and how they feel about it. Guys, welcome to the podcast. How are we feeling today? How are we feeling about being on a car wash podcast?
We're good. It's our first time, so we'll see how it goes.
You're going to be internet famous.
Yeah, it's our first time too, so don't worry.
Marc, you want to jump in?
Yeah. So I believe we met, back in November when you folks came to the expo, correct?
Yes.
Yep. And then we had jumped on a few phone calls. Tell us a little bit, how did you acquire this car wash? Because I think you were new to industry at that point. And let's start from the beginning and kind of where you were and why you started searching out maybe some other ideas of how to do things. Let's start with Brandi.
Yeah. So I left healthcare after 20 plus years a few years ago. So I was staying home for a couple of years, and a friend of ours owned this car wash, and he was looking to get out of the business. So he sent a text and asked us, "Hey, are you guys interested in this car wash?" We had talked to him a few years ago about we were going to do a new construction wash on some property that we had a chance to have, but that didn't work out. And I think it was COVID and the prices of everything went up. So we did not pursue that. So when he texted us, we started talking about it, looked at the numbers, and decided to go for it.
And if I remember correctly, and this is common when these older car washes change hands, the numbers were not that great, right?
They were okay.
Okay.
Not great.
Not great.
I mean, he was maintaining it. It was trucking along, but it was a 22-year-old car wash at that point. So
okay,
it needed some TLC.
Yeah, everything was original.
Yeah. So, and I think at the time so the coin boxes were kind of old. The pump system was old. I know the in-bay was kind of old, and the pricing was old. And I think looking at the pictures, because you guys did a total rehab cosmetically and with equipment.
We did.
Yeah. So what were the prices like, and the condition of the car wash? That's kind of where you started with. And I guess this is a two-part question. What was your feeling after operating that for about 2 weeks?
Well, yes. We had a lot of breakdowns pretty much daily. So then we were kind of looking at each other like, this is a lot more time than what we thought we were going to have in it. And he's still working full time at his day job, and I'm not a mechanic. I'm a nurse. So I can do some things, but I can't fix things. So it was taking a lot of our time in the beginning, for sure.
A lot of nickel and diming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what pushed you to want to do the complete rehab? Just the continual breakdowns?
No, actually, it's when we went to the expo and we saw the air chamois, and I said, that piece of equipment isn't anything that we have in any car washes around here. So we said we had room for them. So that's actually what started it, was that us upgrading to that equipment and then bringing that home, and, then looking at all of our support system, it wasn't going to serve us well. So
if I remember
that's what started it.
If I remember, the first conversation was air chamois, and it turned to six figures very quickly after that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is common, to be honest with you, when new investors get into the industry.
How much time do you think you put into from start of hey, we want to put these air chamois in to like getting into complete construction phase of changing everything, changing the equipment out. What was that? What was that time? How much time was in between there? Was it like 3 months, 6 months, a year?
We went to the expo.
In November.
In November, and then a couple weeks later, basically we had our conversation with you guys, and we just decided to pull the trigger on the complete self-serve and the in-bay automatic and the pay station, basically everything internal to the systems, and we were 100% operational by February 10th.
Wow. And so everybody listening is clear. These folks did it right. They did wall panels, facade on the outside, new pay station, LED, RGB lights in the self-serve and the automatic, plus their entire back room.
What was the thought process during the beginning phases of like picking out the equipment of what you wanted, how far you were going to take it? Was it, oh, we can just do these few things, or were you right away automatically and we just need to do everything right now?
We were going to focus on the self-serve side, but with a 4-in-1, the in-bay automatics are the money makers of any car wash. We figured that out quickly. So we knew we wanted to do the self-serve side because that was causing us a lot of maintenance issues. Now much more minor than the in-bay, but it didn't take long. We got with the right contractor in our area that does the in-bay installation, which ended up going with the PDQ, which Kleen-Rite now stocks some repair parts. So that's been worked out really well.
Good.
Beautiful.
And so when you started this whole process, you never really planned on doing a total reinvestment. Like a lot of folks who are new to industry, they'll buy a car wash and correct me if I'm wrong, that they'll think, okay, let's just put a little bit of money into this and see what we can do. And then kind of very quickly you realized, oh, crap, we have to really do it right. Is that kind of what happened here?
Yeah, absolutely. My day job is I'm a commercial contractor, and I'm convincing customers all the time to do the right thing for their business. And I've seen customers go halfway and then regret what they did and have to reevaluate or find more funding to get to their end goal. And it didn't take but probably one night of us sitting and talking and realizing that if we're going to put the money into it, the money's going to go into it sooner or later. It's not going to be cheaper later.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just going to bite the bullet and do it all, and then hopefully not have to be there working on it all the time, which really did work out for us.
Well,
And we had no support on the previous in-bay. It was a different company, and so we really, when we would break down, we were struggling. So you're being so interactive with you guys and getting so much information from you guys, we knew that you were going to be there to help us.
Love hearing that.
yeah, thank you.
What do you think the biggest hurdle during that process of saying that one night you guys sat down and said, all right, we're just going to do it all? What do you think the biggest hurdle of getting to the point of saying that really was, right? Was it, trying to project what you would get out of that investment, or was it, feeling comfortable with that investment? Or did you, after that conversation, you both were just 100% in, we have to do this?
I think that's pretty much where we were at. I mean,
that last night that the auto was breaking down, we were on FaceTime trying to figure something out, and it was over 2 hours, with 2 people on the phone on FaceTime trying to figure out what our issue was. And we just said, we don't have enough time in our lives to do that, so we can't do this again.
Well,
so we ordered the in-bay automatic, and our front door motor went out. Come to find out, they didn't even make that motor anymore.
Oh.
So we were going to have to be into a complete door replacement anyway. And we were 2 weeks into the order process. Now, unfortunately, we were in the middle to end of December, so we had cold weather. We were trying to keep the unit from freezing, and we ended up just shutting it down and waiting until the new unit came. And so, knock on wood, the timing actually worked out for us really well there.
So it worked out for you. You kind of believed in us a little bit because I know we'd done a couple high level pro formas, right? And sometimes people look at those pro formas, they're like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to, double or 40% more what I was doing before. But you guys kind of believed. And can you speak a little bit to at a high level, not really in the weeds on it, but the boost or the lift that you saw in the in-bay and the self-serve that really made this come to fruition? Because I think, your case is really intriguing to me because you're kind of fortunate that you were able to do what you did. Frankly, a lot of our customers buy these car washes and they don't have the means to, or they don't have the foresight thinking that they're going to have to put another 1 or 2 or 3 or even 400,000 into these sites. And, we speak to the whole country about this is when you're buying these car washes, seek help and know that going into it before you buy it. And, so there's some stories out there that aren't as great as yours because they're, a working couple and they didn't have the foresight or they didn't have the means to go ahead and do the re-up, and then they feel stuck. And some of them have to just keep it going as it was or wait multiple years to reinvest themselves. So congrats to you guys on that. Can you speak a little bit to how much better it's doing now that you've raised your game and you've done all this stuff?
Yeah, so we purchased the wash in April of 24. So comparing second quarter of 24 to second quarter of 25 is our first direct comparison for month-over-month sales. And overall, the property is up about 52% per month on average over those 3 months. So the self-serve we were at $250 to start for 4 minutes. We went up to $5 to start for 7 minutes. The in-bay automatic, we had a 7, an 8, a 10, and a $12 wash. We did up those prices from 8 to 10, 13, and 15. So we did up the pricing some to reflect the improvements that we've made. We had credit card usage everywhere also. But the big thing that we noticed is we had quarters, we went quarterless at the in-bays. We still have quarters on the vacuums, and there's a fragrance machine there's on the property as well. So we still have some quarters, not 100% quarterless, but the cash over cash sales is basically identical. But the credit card usage on the property has went up 81% a month.
And
which I don't have an explanation for because we had credit card in all the bays before.
Well,
but we have more features in the bays. I think people are there longer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming psychologically they know they're probably going to spend a couple dollars more. Maybe it's just easier to swipe that card than to keep stuff in the machine.
The bays are brighter. Everything's new. Were you counting up prior to the upgrade?
No.
Okay, so that's a
big
we
change.
did change that, yeah.
That's a big difference.
And we added the tap to pays in the self-serve, which I think are probably the most used.
I know in my sites we're 80% credit card usage and the taps are 80% of our credit cards.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
What has been the feedback that you've gotten from your customers since the complete makeover?
Yeah, pretty much it's all been positive. I mean, I've had a couple people complain about the price increase. but for the most part, it's been very positive. Still saying it's the best touch-free car wash in town. And the self-serve side, they tell me, we take really good care of it. It's so clean. They like the new options. So overall, it's been very positive.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, what about competition? And I don't remember how big that town is, but what other in-bay self-serve, express tunnels, full serves? What do you other self-serves? What do you have around you?
We have one tunnel wash that offers the monthly passes. And then there's two other in-bay automatic and self-serve washes on each end of town. And then we're kind of on the middle on the west side. So it's kind of like a triangle through the town of car wash access points.
So you have competition.
We do.
Yeah. And
they're not, those other ones are not updated. They're pretty, they were like we were before our renovation.
That's a perfect scenario. Sometimes your best competition is a close car wash that's not that nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually what I find.
Have the two of you been talking about adding clubs to self-serve or to the in-bay?
Yes, we talk about it.
I can leave that one lie.
Marc has said we need to do it, but we haven't pulled the trigger.
We haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Okay,
that's all right,
and that's fair.
You guys have come so far. One of my questions is what's next, right? What's next for Suzy Q's? What's going to be that other thing to get that extra lift? And you've done everything else so far. Probably, in-bay clubs and potentially self-serve clubs might be that next level thing. And to go back to what you said before, you are quarterless in the self-serve bays, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which I remember, and that will definitely boost your credit sales when you're quarterless.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I actually want to jump back. I have a question here that now that the project is finished, how has that transformed your outlook on the car wash as a business in a whole?
Great question.
I would say if another car wash opportunity presented itself, we would really, really consider it.
Right.
And then probably, when he starts winding down his day job in the next, few years.
20 years, maybe, Jason?
It's going to be a while.
Yeah, obviously I can't do it by myself. So to add another one in right now would be a lot. But if the opportunity was there, you never know.
I would add, though, that, if we would look at it, I would have to look at it with upgrades included in the pro forma.
You have to, right? And that's that's lesson learned.
So that would be part of your outlook as you went to look at a new car wash. If the car wash was $1 million, you would automatically factor in that you're going to have to spend 1.5, 1.3, something
whatever
like
it may
that.
be.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if anybody's looking to get into the car wash business and they look at a car wash that's, you guys would know better than me, but anything over 7, 8, 9 years old, you should factor in some improvement costs into your capital needs.
Yeah.
You're going to be doing something.
The great thing is it's still such a great turnaround rehab business to get into because, like, you're in construction, I was kind of in construction and built car washes, and even if you can buy one, in the under $1 million or whatever, and you put $1 million into it, you still can't build one today for under $3 million. So
right.
It's great to hear that you guys would do it again. I would say I've been there, that first 2 weeks where after you settled and you were working on it, you probably thought, why the hell did we do this?
Yeah.
Yep.
There was those days.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't have done the complete rehab, would you think that you would be looking to purchase another car wash anytime soon or at all?
I would not.
Probably not.
No.
No.
Yeah, that's a great segue there.
Yeah.
But
No, I mean, sitting out here, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, post construction, and now we trust what's going to happen. We know what's going to be the outcome. I mean,
We know our resources are there for us too.
yeah,
yeah, you see that real income and
Hmm.
gives you the confidence that next thing that comes down the road, the next thing that Phil and I invent, you won't you won't feel scared to as long as the return is there.
I would just, I know that we have to close up here soon, but I would just say, is there anything that through this process, from inception of talking about buying this car wash to the rehab to where you're at now, is there any advice or anything that you think the listeners out there should know, that you might believe is like a little bit of a hidden secret or anything of that?
Any tips?
Yeah.
well, talk to the Kleen-Rite guys. I mean,
I love it.
you guys. Well,
We did not ask
I did
for
not
that.
set that up, but you just knocked a home run.
It's true though. It's true.
I mean, we went to that car wash expo, listened to your other customers that were there, listened to you guys as presenters. Listen to what you had to say, and I mean, not everybody believes every salesman, but at the end of the day, what you said to us, now that we are post construction, we see the sales numbers. It all turned out to be accurate. I mean, Marc helped us with some projected pro formas that were pretty much spot on. And so you guys are there as a resource. I know you guys have connected us with some other customers of yours through that expo. And
Mhm.
there's people that are in it. And when that other car wash operator isn't 3 miles down the street, I think they're willing to help anybody in the industry.
Yeah, that's true. It's a great industry for that. It's a great business and it's a great industry to start with, and we're starting to see more people get back into the self-serve in-bay. It was a little bit forgotten about, with this express tunnel revolution, but we're seeing an uptick.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what this whole podcast, that's what our having you guys on here is all about. We are really at about our time.
Yep.
And I just want to say from everybody at Kleen-Rite, thank you, because you guys are literally the perfect example of what we're going for here.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, that's it for today's episode. We want to thank you from Kleen-Rite Radio, and we also want to drop a thank you to Ascenium Capital, which is a great way if you're looking to rehab your car wash. You can reach out to Ascenium Capital, and they can help you make those dreams come true.
Or reach out to Kleen-Rite. We have a great partnership with Ascenium. They are equipment and lease financing a lot of our larger purchases, instant turnaround, 3 to 4 day approvals, up to $400,000. It's helping people raise their game, and we truly appreciate our partnership with Ascenium.
Absolutely. We will see you guys on the next one.